Boosie was facing a federal pow 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 charge, and he has decided to accept a plea. I have the details of what he had to say on social media, as well as how he even got himself in this situation. So let's get into some pop culture news for today. Hit that follow button so you don't miss out on breaking news. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe. Now, this was a federal charge that Boosie was dealing with, and this has to do with being in possession of a pow pow pow. That means exactly what you think it means, even though he is already a felon. So he shouldn't have anything to do with those. Now, according to reports, unfortunately for him, and we all know not to make this mistakes because our social media does not belong to ourselves. He was observed on Instagram allegedly with a pow 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 in his waistband. Now, this was during some sort of music video shoot. The San Diego police tracked him down, searched the vehicle, and they found two alleged pow pow pows within the car. Now, that was a charge on a state level. That case was dismissed. However, it was picked back up by the federal courts, and that is what got us to where we are today. Now, he has decided to accept a plea deal. I'm going to go into the details alleged in this plea deal, but first, I want to let you know what he had to say on X. He says, just accepted a plea from the federal government on my pow 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 case. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life, but God don't make mistakes and I'm tired of fighting. Like I said, this was a state charge that was dismissed that the federal government picked up. He goes on to say, talked to my family, and this is the right decision. To all my fans across the world, say a prayer for your boy and go get the new album. So he has already formally entered in his plea, and now we are awaiting sentencing. And sentencing is going to be November of this year, November 21st specifically. Of course, I'll be watching to bring you that information. Now, the terms of the plea deal allegedly are this: he was facing multiple charges, allegedly in connection with him choosing to plead guilty. They have decided to drop one of the charges. And when they go to sentencing in front of a judge, they have agreed, allegedly, to recommend 2 years for Boosie. So, even with that recommendation, you guys, it sounds like he's still going to be spending some time behind bars. Certainly not up to 15 years, which is what he was looking at before, but we'll see. The final decision belongs to the judge. Now, you guys already know how I feel about this. If you've joined my lives, I've made it very, very clear. When you are a person that has been blessed to get to a point where you've achieved financial freedom, you cannot engage yourself with any activity that will take away your physical freedom or that financial freedom that you worked so hard to obtain. This all started making poor decisions on nothing other than Instagram. Now, let's go ahead and get into the comments. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think the judge is going to accept that 2 year deal? And are you surprised to see Boosie in this kind of trouble? Let's get into it.